slide. I thought he meant like slide over so he could sit down. So I slide over. He's like, nah, JIT, fight. I'm like, who? He's like, you and me. I look away. I get up and bam, punch him right in the jaw. Turns out the guy who was raving and ranting in the dorm, he sent him, because they're in the same gang, to come test me, T.O.H me. So immediately, I was already in my mind, even though I was terrified and scared, I was already preparing myself mentally that something's gonna happen. And I already made the decision before I even got to prison, even though I didn't want to, that the first person that disrespects me, I'm gonna try to set the tone to let everybody know that I'm not the one to try.
Fam, what's good? It's your boy E.I. the King, and today we got a special video. I'm doing a reaction video to my own exclusive content that's HBO Showtime Hollywood style prison stories chronologically of my entirety of my 12 years in prison. So this is some fire content. You cannot watch this episode or any of the series on my channel like on the strength. You have to become an official member, all access member to the Incarceration podcast. So if you're watching this right now, you want to watch the whole episode, you can't do it from mobile app. You got to go on desktop and not only subscribe to this channel, but you have to become a all access member, forever convict member to this channel to check out this whole episode. We're going to go ahead and show y'all a clip of this fire content of my first week in prison.
All y'all gotta tighten up. When y'all get in here, all y'all gotta line it up. Ah, ah, ah. All you hear is chaos. We're standing outside in line, all of us with our red hats on. The police know we're scared. They purposely have us standing outside on the sidewalk in front of the JIT camp dorm, the Gladiator school dorm, just standing there, just having us take it all in. So all the JITs in the JIT dorm, they see all of us lined up, what they call new cocks, fresh meat, our first day in prison. They know, just like the police know, just like we know. We're terrified. Of course, we're trying not to show it. Everyone has a mean mug on their face, trying to show that we're ready. I'm standing there, trying to make it seem like I'm ready to fight for whatever. But deep down, terrified.
Scared.
Shaking. But some guys in line, they can't even hide it. Some guys didn't even make it to the sidewalk.
Shut down.
While we were still in the intake building, went to one of the officers saying, I want to check in. Go PC, protective custody, refusing to even go on the compound because he already knew what awaits him. Not built for that. Not willing to endure that. So some of the guys who still made it to the sidewalk about to go into the dorm, you can see it on their face, terrified.
That boy wasn't built for that life. All right, so look, this is whenever I'm going to prison at the reception center. So I just get to reception from the county jail. So it's before I even get to my first permanent prison. But real quick, to look forward, and you guys will hear this later on in season 2, a lot of times at JIT camp, it's wild, it's crazy. And the reputation of these prisons are so insane, especially like at the rivers, 18 and under, a lot of these just got life. Whenever these new cocks, the new intake, the new, convicts that get off the bus, the sergeants already know a lot of people are going to check in because they're scared. So they, if anything, they like boost up the intimidation when you get off the bus. They're like, all right, nah, y'all already know what they expect, what type of prison this is, man. A lot of y'all ain't going to make it. You're going to be breaking it off. They're going to be breaking it off up in you, if you know what I mean. And he's like, tell you what, man, we are not taking any check-ins for the rest of the day. If you hit this pound, you try to check in today, we will deny it. We will not allow you to check in. So if you want to check in, this is your one and only chance to check in now. And you'll be surprised the amount of guys that break off in line and check in, go PC, protective custody, right out the gate, right off the bus. Why? Because they ain't built for that life, man.
They don't even have a poker face. Scared out of their mind. But me too. I think everybody was. Oh, y'all gotta fight when y'all come in here. Oh, y'all. All you hear from the windows are people screaming. And you even hear them calling out people. White boy, 3 people back from the front. White boy, 3 people back from the front. You
Me?
mine.
Me?
You mine, cracker.
Me?
You mine. We're out there for like 5 minutes, just sitting on the sidewalk. Anticipation. Building. Count time, count time, count time. Hear it on the radio. The yelling from the windows. Stop. Police are making their rounds, going in the dorms, doing count. They bring us inside, and before they can count us, you know, they have to give us our housing, what cell we're going to. So I'm thankful that they have us go in our cell when everybody's locked in the cell. That way we don't have to walk into the dorm and everybody's out and they're just waiting on us. So you have 3 bays, bay 1, bay 2, and bay 3. Each bay for the JIT dorm is supposed to be based upon age. Bay 1 is like 18 to 20. Bay 2 is 20 to 23. And then bay 3 is 23 to 25. And also too, bay 3 is supposed to be for the inmates who have already been in prison. They've already gone to their permanent institutions, their permanent prisons, and they're just going back through reception to get transferred to another facility. So me being 18, I hear that I'm probably gonna be going to bay 1, which is where I wanna be. I don't wanna be in the JIT dorm at all, but I'd rather be around people, you know, my age, or people who haven't been to prison before or been to their permanent place. Where do they put me? Bay 3. With the people who've already been to their prisons.
Why?
People who've already gone to their permanent camps, the oldest of all the JITs. So I'm like, this is my luck. This is my luck. While I'm walking into the dorm, quiet. Wild, Wild West. And all you see is faces on every single window, trying to see who the new people are coming in. I think it was about me and 4 other people going into Bay 3. So you just see everybody on the window looking at us all, sizing us all up. Everybody's on the glass, looking, seeing who we are. Ready to T.O.H. T.O.H. means test of heart.
What y'all know about that T.O.H, man? Listen, bro, it's obviously a universal thing, but I think it's predominantly known in Florida, especially at JIT camp, bro. T.O.H, the moment you step to any facility, bro, you're going to get T.O.H, dog, unless you already been to another prison, bro. But for the most part, even the guys coming from the other prisons, man, they want to see where you at. Obviously on this channel, man, you hear me say it all the time, bro, this is a positive channel. I intentionally highlight the redemptive stories of convicts getting out of prison and not returning back to a lifestyle of crime, but doing what's right, being a law-abiding, successful citizen, and most importantly, being and becoming everything that God's intended them to be. If you don't know my story, I did 12 years in prison, but throughout my incarceration, I authentically encountered Jesus for real. He completely transformed my life. So we highlight the redemptive, positive stories, but also too on this channel, bro, we keep it a buck. We're authentic, we're genuine, I am. And we share the full story of prison and what it's like, and including the bad, bro. You know, the crazy, funny, goofy, weird, but especially the violent and the full story of prison. And it very much is hostile, violent, crazy. So the T.O.H ain't nothing to play with, dog. So Yeah, I'm about to talk about it right here. Listen up.
First day at any prison, at any new place in the JIT side, T.O.H. See where you at. See what you made of. Gotta get in the grid. Gotta fight. Mandatory. They open my door. I walk in.
Hold up. One thing was real funny that a lot of people don't know, unless you did time. Shout out to the convicts watching. So at JIT camp, bro, everyone fights so much, man. There's like a martial art style of fighting at JIT camp. And it's really just the creativity of the set. I swear it's the showboating, it's for show, but these JITs really be bumping for real, and they be having the craziest sets. You know, they be like, you know, like doing all this type of stuff, and you know what I mean? It's like crazy, you know what I mean? That they drop down and hit the floor and spin, and you even see dudes like be so swift, moving, and I'll just like try to kiss them on the cheek and then take off on them. It's just like a sport, and it's humorous. They'll be, you know, stand up in their set and they'll fall back and like touch the ground real quick and come back up. And it's nothing but extreme, like arrogant showboating. But it's to the point to where like, man, he's just, you know, it's become like an art in prison at JIT camp. And especially because like kicking the nuts is common too. So there'll be like a set to where they can like in their stance, they'll like have their legs crossed in the front to where you can't kick them in the nuts. Yeah, it's crazy, you know, so I've never talked about that before. So I figured I'd just drop a nugget for y'all.
Sally looks at me. I look at him. We start talking. So he's pretty cool. You know, we get along well. And just like anybody to prison their first time, I'm terrified. I'm terrified inside. And I'm trying my hardest not to allow it to be noticed on the outside. But it's causing me to ask questions. I'm trying to figure out everything. How does everything move in the dorm, on the compound, what to expect? And one of the first questions that I ask, has anybody got hit with a lock? Because in the county jail, you hear that all the time. Like, man, them jitterbugs, they be latching people, jumping people with locks in a sock or a lock in a canteen bag, you know, and knives as well. But like stabbings is more known for like the adult side. And even though at JIT camp too, there's stabbings as well. But for the most part, it's more like violence of gangs jumping people and people being jumped, you know, with their fists, but also too like locks and socks, or even people getting hit with lockers or broomsticks.
All right, we're going to fast forward a little bit, man. Give y'all a little bit. See what happens at the end, exclusive.
I'm like, slide? I thought he meant like slide over so he could sit down. So I slide over. He's like, nah, JIT, fight. I'm like, who? He's like, you and me. I look away. I get up and bam, punch him right in the jaw. Turns out the guy who was raving and ranting in the dorm, he sent him because they're in the same gang to come test me, T.O.H. me. So immediately, I was already in my mind, even though I was terrified and scared, I was already preparing myself mentally that something's gonna happen. And I already made the decision before I even got to prison, even though I didn't want to, that the first person that disrespects me, I'm gonna try to set the tone to let everybody know that I'm not the one to try.
I'm not the one to try. Don't you try me. Don't you TOH me. So listen, dog, this is the second episode of the season of the Incarceration. HBO, cinematic, Showtime, fire chronological storytelling of my 12 years in prison. And this right here is the very beginning, my first week, first couple of days, not even at JIT camp yet, not even at the river yet, at reception at the transition prison, going to my first prison. But if you want to watch this whole episode and unlock the entire season, and season 2 is coming very, very soon. That's why I'm doing these reaction videos right now. You got to become a member to the channel. And that doesn't mean to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, my G. Subscribe, dog. But you have to become a member. How you do that? You can't do it on your phone. You can't do it on the mobile YouTube. You got to go to desktop. You got to do it from a computer. You got to go to my channel, the Incarceration Podcast. And not only you subscribe, but you also become a member. And you can't just become a Forever Convict member. You got to become an All Access member so you can unlock this fire content, dog. Super cheap, my G. It's only like $1 or something. You know what I mean? So tap in. It's your boy, E.I. the King. Check out the rest of these fire prison stories. I'm out, dog. Peace.
If you didn't know, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. Check out my music on all streaming platforms. Go to my other YouTube channel, E.I. the King. Check out my music videos. And I'm also releasing a documentary all year. It's really a docu-series. And every Wednesday, I drop a new video. As we've been documenting my transition home from prison and society, from the day of my release, we had a film crew at the gate just documenting my transition home from prison, now in society. Check it out on one of these links above.